It is a story of an Irish poet, William Butler Yeats, who played a significant role in the creation of Irish national identity through his poetry. In the Memory of W.B. Yeats is written by W.H. Auden. He was born on 21st February 1907 in York, England. He emerged as one of the leading voices in 20th century poetry. Early works by Auden were notable for his Marxist and left-leaning political philosophies. But as time went on, his poetry changed, becoming more introspective and leaning towards religious themes. W.B. Yeats was an Irish poet, born on June 13, 1865 in Dublin, Ireland. Yeats is widely regarded as one of the greatest poets of the 20th century and a key figure in the Irish literary revival. He was a nationalist who contributed significantly to the development of Irish identity through his poetry, which drew inspiration from Irish mythology, folklore, and Celtic mysticism. In the Memory of W.B. Yeats is considered a touching eulogy that not only paid tribute to Yeats as a poet, but also reflects on a broader role of art and the artist in society. The poem by Auden possessed difficult concerns concerning the connection between poetry and politics, the influence of artists on their respective historical periods, and the enduring of imagination in the face of morality. The poem is divided into 3 sections, each section addressing different themes and ideas. In the opening segment, Auden mourns the passing of Yeats and considered the value of poetry in today's chaotic society. The second section explores the connection between art and historical events. Auden reflects on the responsibility of poets and artists to engage with the social and political issues of their time. The final section of the poems turns into the personal and philosophical reflection. Auden ponders the passing of generations, the certainty of death, and the passing quality of life. He admits that while specific poets may pass away, poetry as a whole remains and has a timeless aspect. The first section consists of 10 stanzas, each containing 3 lines. The rhyming scheme is irregular. The second section consists of 6 stanzas, each containing 4 lines. The rhyming scheme is more consistent with the pattern of AB, AB. The final section consists of 7 stanzas, each containing 5 lines, and the rhyming scheme varies, with some stanzas following an AB, ABC pattern, while the others have AB, CBA pattern. The poem contains 7 metaphorical expressions that enrich the meaning and imagery of the poem. The words of a dead man are mortified in the guts of the living. This metaphor suggests that the impact and influence of deceased poets like Yeats are transformed and reinterpreted by those who are alive. It conveys the idea that the legacy of a poet continues to resonate and evolve through the interpretations and the reinterpretations of the subsequent generations.
The tone and mood of W.H. Auden's poem In the Memory of W.B. Yeats are intricate and multi-layered. The mood creates a sense of loss, reverence, and introspection, and the tone can be best defined as elegiac, sorrowful, and introspective overall. The poem's elegiac tone permeates the entire composition, which is a tribute to the late poet W.B. Yeats. It conveys a solemn and depressing atmosphere connected to lamenting the passing of a great artist. Auden gives the poem a contemplative tone by reflecting on the effects of Yeats' poetry and the function of art in the society. There is a sense of reflection and assessment of poets' accomplishment and legacy. The poem explores bigger subjectives like connection between art and of society and influence of poetry and the function of the poet. The reflective tone invites readers to ponder these more profound concepts. The poem has a melancholy tone throughout. Auden conveys his sorrows over Yeats' passing and displays his grief through imagery. The famous Irish poet W.B. Yeats' passing is the poem's main theme, the death of the poet. Auden utilizes this incident as a springboard for reflection on the function and importance of poetry as well as the position of poet in society. Auden muses on Yeats' poetry, enduring influences, and poses queries about the inevitability of artistic creation. He wonders if art can really transcend the limitations of time in order to motivate and leave an impact on future generations. Auden explores the intricate connection between society and art as well as the social and political environment in which it exists. He asserts that although poets may be able to offer knowledge and spread consciousness, they frequently fail to do so. Auden muses on place and responsibilities of the poet in society. He argues whether poets should actively engage in addressing social issues or distance themselves from the whole world's problem and concentrate only on their art. In reflecting on Yeats' life and the larger historical background, the poem interweaves aspects from the personal and public spheres. By contrasting individual sadness and widespread grieving, Auden underlines how intertwined people's lives are with history as a whole. It can be concluded that throughout the poem, Auden contributes private and public themes, tying Yeats' life to a large historical context. This interaction illustrates how personal histories and experiences are woven into history's overall narrative. The poem encounters reader to reflect on the relationship between private loss and public grieving, implying that the two realms cannot be simply divided or isolated.